Nancy Cavey, National ERISA and IDI Disability Attorney, and welcome to this week's episode of Winning Isn't Easy. Before we get started, I have to say this. I have to give you a disclaimer. This podcast is not legal advice. The Florida Bar Association says I have to say this, and now that I've said it, nothing will ever prevent me from giving you an easy-to-understand overview of the disability insurance world, the games that disability carriers play, and what you need to know to get the disability benefits you deserve. So off we go. Now, today's episode is going to be dedicated to some of my favorite people in the world, physical therapists, and the unique challenges they face when it comes to long-term disability claims. Being a physical therapist takes years of dedication and hard work, and you spent countless hours in school, in clinical rotations, and professional development to help people like me recover their functionality and improve their quality of life. But what happens when you are the one who gets hurt or develops a condition that limits your ability to perform your job? You find yourself on the other side of the table facing the prospect of a disability claim. So today, what I want to do is break down what you need to know about long-term disability claims and the benefits that you might be eligible for. And we want to focus on the types of disabilities that can sideline you, how to navigate the claims process. Whether you've got insurance through your employer, a professional association, or an individual policy, I'm going to provide you with some guidance on how to make sure you're covered and how you can protect your financial future. So I'm going to talk about three things today. Number one, the occupational hazards for physical therapy therapists. Number two, disabilities that can sideline a physical therapist. And three, long-term disability benefits for physical therapists. Got it? Now, even if you aren't a physical therapist, I think you should be listening to this because these are common problems that people will have regardless of your occupation. And you can learn lots about the games that will be played in the disability claims process. But let's take a break, all right?
Have you been robbed of your peace of mind by your disability insurance carrier? You owe it to yourself to get a copy of Robbed of Your Peace of Mind, which provides you with everything you need to know about the long-term disability claims process. Request your free copy of the book at caveylaw.com today.
Welcome back to Winning Isn't Easy. Let's talk about the occupational hazards for physical therapists. Now, physical therapy is undoubtedly one of the most rewarding careers, I think. It allows you to directly improve a patient's lives by helping them regain their mobility, reduce pain, and restore functionality. However, as with many healthcare professions, physical therapists face a unique set of occupational hazards. And in this section, we're going to take a dive into what those hazards are, why they pose a risk, and how they can lead to a long-term disability claim. Now, I have had multiple knee surgeries, a failed knee replacement, a revision of my knee, actually 2 revisions of my knee, and surgeries after the revisions. And I spend a lot of time with physical therapists. And I obviously get to see what it is you guys do. I know as a physical therapist, your day is often physically demanding. From the moment you begin your work day until you leave, you're on your feet. You're bending, you're squatting, you're moving patients in ways that require a high level of physical strength, endurance, and flexibility. So whether you're assisting a patient in performing exercises, demonstrating proper movement techniques, using manual therapy to alleviate pain or other therapy modalities, your body is constantly under strain. Over time, the repeated physical movements can lead to cumulative injuries that might sideline you. So let's take the spine, for example. Physical therapists frequently perform motions such as bending, twisting, and lifting. That leads to stress on the back. Herniated discs and low back pain are 2 of the most common musculoskeletal disorders that I see in physical therapists. And they can be debilitating, causing severe pain, difficulty bending, and even nerve issues that cause radiculopathy into your legs. Now, the shoulders and arms are another area prone to overuse injuries. Rotator cuff injuries, tendonitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, they can develop over years of working with patients who require hands-on manipulation. I know that these injuries can be frustrating because they often start as minor discomfort. They then can evolve into severe pain that limits your ability to use your arms or shoulders for therapy. In fact, One of my physical therapists injured himself, motorcycle accident, injured both shoulders and had rotator cuff tears and was out of commission for about 7 months. So obviously, those kinds of acute injuries can cause disability, but more often than not, I see this repetitive trauma type condition develop. Now, I find them particularly involving the wrists and hands. That's because you're doing repetitive motions, you're manipulating patients, you're adjusting equipment. And obviously, if you can't use your wrists or hand, that is going to be a significant impediment to your ability to practice as a therapist. Now, it's not just the physical nature of the job that can cause strain. Physical therapists also experience mental fatigue, particularly when they deal with patients that may not be improving at the pace that they or the patient would like. And the mental and nervous emotional toll, seeing patients in pain, working under pressure, can really take a toll over time. So I find that it's no surprise that physical therapists are at an elevated risk of developing work-related musculoskeletal disorders, but also conditions like depression and anxiety. We know that these risks can impact your ability to continue working at full capacity. And in some cases, they may be severe enough to require a disability claim to protect not only your health, but your livelihood. Because after all, you have spent a lot of time learning your occupation, and you do make a difference in patients' lives. We, the physical therapist offices appreciate what it is you do, and we want you to continue to work. So hopefully we now have set the stage for the nature of the medical conditions that we find disabling to physical therapists. Let's take a break. And when we come back, I'm going to talk about the specific disabilities that can sideline a physical therapist. Got it? Let's take a break.